world changing within the next 10 years or so? Are there any trends that particularly excite you?
Being able to utilize the technology in assessment is really furthering our understanding and depth to which we can actually probe learners' performance.
We haven't even gotten thinking about issues like being critical thinkers as you read.
Right.
How do you use math in innovative ways? Be creative with math, be problem solvers, not just people who can perform some basic numeracy operations.
Right.
So for the discourse to shift to that level, I think the basics need to be taken care of as a life skills approach to whatever they do.
I have seen too many efforts and I have seen too many countries which have made so many efforts and have invested so much in their education system, in their people. And it takes very little for that to collapse. Gains in education are fragile, so always protect the gains. But that's a lesson based on experience.
But I actually think that one of the tasks of education is to radicalize people. It should be to radicalize people, to become aware of the kind of inequalities and injustices in society, and to figure out, I hope, progressive ways to tackle them.
I think there is an international awareness of this question of the difference and not the deficit, no? And I think that's very important because there are lots of international treaties that many of our countries are signing, and this, of course, will make them countries accountable for what they're doing regarding the equality of rights among the education, the indigenous population, no? Not only education, all rights, no? But
the ability of any program to be successful largely depends on the willingness and engagement and interest of civil servants. You want to be able to see if your program can work at the spectrum or across the spectrum of teacher interests. So you have some who are highly engaged and some who are not, and then it's important for our research to cover that spectrum so that if it's successful, we stop as a field having programs that are successful at a pilot of 20 to 50 schools, but then completely flop and fail at large scale.
To identify the gap, right?
Exactly, and I think that's a flaw of the research side.
The concern about how much we learn and how inequitable our system of education are organized and how to better use the resources are a concern of everybody. So I think that in 10 years, we're not going to be talking about international development. Everybody is going to be involved into global development.
Right, yeah.